Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Bruna Sakanoy. I'm a yoga teacher and an integrative therapist, and today I'm going to guide you through a practice to unwind your hips. This practice is great to strengthen and also stretch and open the muscles that cross the hips, increasing your range of motion, the circulation in the hip area, and also releasing tension. So I hope you enjoy the practice. Remember to take care of yourself. Go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, modify, and have a wonderful practice. Namaste. So we're going to start in a position on our backs. So we're going to lie down, bring the knees in towards the chest, and feeling a nice space on your low back area. You can rock a little side to side. Bring your hands on top of your knees and start to make circles with your knees. Making circles, starting to lubricate the hip joints. Circling the knees out. Finding a nice space. And then bring your knees back to center, and we're going to switch the rotation of the circles. Circling the knees out. And then coming back, bringing your knees back to center. Now place your feet on the floor. The feet should be about hip distance apart. Your knees should be in line with your ankles. We're going to prepare for Siddha Bandha Savangasana, which is a bridge pose or half bridge. Now, if you have a block, you may choose to place the block between your legs, between your inner thighs, close to the groins, so that that can help to activate your inner thighs, your adductor muscles. Now, if you don't have a block, don't worry about it, okay? Now, let your arms rest alongside your body, palms down. You're going to press your feet down, root through your feet, root through your arms, and then slowly start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Now, use the strength of your legs. Really root through the feet, lifting your hips up, and continue to engage your inner thighs. Now, try to lift your ribs up a little bit more, and then bring your chest towards your chin, so you're creating space in your low back area. So it's like your tailbone lifts up and forward towards the back of the knees, and your ribs lift up and back away from the hips. Take a few more breaths here, feeling the legs, the hip muscles strengthening. Continue to breathe. Let the breaths be long, smooth, and slow. Take one more deep breath in. Hold at the top. And then exhale, slowly start to bring your back down first. And then the hips come down last. Feel the sacrum touching the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And then, if you have a block, you can put the block aside. Take a moment here to bring your knees back in towards your chest. Deep breath in. Exhale. Very good. Now we're going to roll to the side, using the hand to prop you up. And then come to a seated position. You're going to have your feet on the floor, knees bent. Really separate your feet wide. Bring your hands behind you on the floor, and then lift up through the crown of the head, long spine. Let the shoulders go back and down. Keep your spine long, your heart open. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop both knees to your left. Keep your torso looking forward. Inhale, bring the knees back. Exhale, switch, knees drop to the right. Inhale, knees come up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, up. Exhale, switch. Now you might start to feel that you're moving forward. That's okay. Good. Call these windshield wipers. Let's do one more cycle. Great, and then slowly bring the knees back. Wonderful. If you like, you can shake your legs a little bit. And then we're going to transition to child's pose. So we're going to keep the big toes touching. If you like, you can spread your knees further apart. And you're going to sit back on your heels, reaching your arms forward, and let your head rest on the floor. If it's hard for you to rest your head on the floor, you can make a little pillow with your hands and rest your head there. Rest your forehead on your hands. Now try to relax here, relax your hips, relax your torso. Feel the weight of your hips rooting you a little bit more. Relax the shoulders. Feel your breaths. And then from here, we're going to come to downward facing dog. So come to your hands and knees. You might walk your hands a little further forward. Tuck your toes under. Start to lift your hips up and straighten the legs. If you need to, keep the knees bent, okay? Now you're gonna push the hands down. You're gonna push your chest back towards your thighs. Keep lifting the hips up high. If it's possible, you can bring your heels down towards the earth. Now try to balance the weight evenly across your hands and your feet. If you feel there's too much weight on your hands and in your wrists, please bend the knees to help you balance that weight a little bit more evenly through your base. Relax your head. Now start to bicycle your legs a little bit, not only your feet. All right, come back to downward facing dog, that upside down V. And exhale, bring your knees down to the earth. Sit back in child's pose for a moment. And take a break here. Deep breaths. Every exhale is an invitation for you to relax a little bit more into the shape, to surrender a little bit more. Now from here, we're going to come back to downward dog and prepare for a three-legged dog. So on your inhale, lift the right leg up, a leg up high, and then stack your hips and bend that right knee. Keep pushing your chest back towards your thigh and feel the front of the hip opening, getting right into the psoas. You can straighten and bend the knee a few times.
feeling your psoas contract and release. Inhale, go ahead and straighten your leg, square the hips. Exhale, go ahead and bring your right knee forward and place your foot between your hands. We're going to drop the back knee down, coming into a low lunge. If you like, you can stretch that left leg back a little bit more, but make sure that the right knee is right over your ankle, okay? Now, reach your heart forward. Reach forward through your sternum. Let your shoulders go back. Take a few deep breaths here. If this is enough, stay here, okay? If you like to go a little deeper, walk your right foot out a little bit and bring the right hand to the inside of your right foot. From here, if this is enough, you may stay here. If you like to go a little deeper, you can start to walk your hands forward. You may also bring your forearms down. Relax your torso. Sometimes that right knee might want to move out. If that happens, you can just turn slightly your right toes, the toes of the right foot, out a little bit at an angle. Keep relaxing the hips down. And then slowly start to make your way back. From here, we're going to shift the hips back so that the hips align with the back knee as you straighten the front leg. Lift your toes up, let the toes point up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, long spine. And as you exhale, fold forward, bringing your forehead towards your shin bone. Maybe you will need to bend that knee a little bit. That's okay. This is a nice deep stretch for your hamstrings. Maybe you might want to rest your hands on some blocks. Breathe. Make sure that you draw the tailbone down and you square the hips. Good. Now inhale. Go ahead and shift your weight forward, coming back to a low lunge. Exhale. Again, shift your weight back, extending your front leg and flexing and folding towards that right shin. And now slowly come back to a low lunge. Shift your weight forward. Perfect. And now from here, we're going to bring the right shin down at an angle on the floor. Your knee is pointing a little bit out. You might feel that your shin bone is more at an angle. You can also bring your shin bone horizontally. Make sure that your hips are facing down, the front of the hip, and then start to slide your left leg back. Now, you might feel the hips touching the floor, or if that's not possible, that's okay. If you feel that the hips are not squared, they're like tilting more to one side, you can put a blanket, a folded blanket, or a pillow, or some cushion to elevate the side that's tilting down so that you can square the hips. Usually it's under your right glute. And then slowly come down to your forearms if you can. If not, stay right here, okay? You might be able to go a little deeper, so you can bring the hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on your hands. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out completely. Continue to breathe. Slow, long, smooth breaths. Soften the muscles of your face, soften your jaw. And then slowly start to come back to your hands. We're gonna walk the left knee forward and then bringing the right knee back, coming to tabletop position. Sit back on your heels for child's pose, neutralizing the hips. Great. And now let's come back to downward facing dog. And we're going to come to three-legged dog on this side. So on your next inhale, lift your left leg up. Bend that left knee. Open through the front of the hip. You may extend and bend the leg a few times. Inhale, square the hips, extending the leg, and exhale, bring your left knee forward and step the left foot forward between your hands. Good. Now drop your right knee down and extend the right leg back. Make sure left knee is in line with your left ankle. Now reach your heart forward and breathe. If you'd like to go a little deeper, and I want to walk your left foot out, bring your left hand to the inside of the left foot, and then slowly start to lower down. Come to your forearms if possible. If not, stay on your hands. And keep relaxing, melting your torso down. Great. Let's come back to the hands. Bring your left foot back to the initial position, coming into a low lunge. Good. Now exhale. Shift your hips back, extend the front leg, toes pointing up. Deep breath in, long spine. Exhale, fold, and relax your torso, relax your hip. Square your hips. You might need to bend the knees a little bit. Now we're going to shift the weight forward on the inhale, coming back to a low lunge. Heart reaches forward. And exhale. Shift your weight back, extend the front leg and fold. Let's do that one more time, okay? Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, shift your weight back. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Feel that nice stretch on the right hip flexors, quads. And now we're going to bring your left shin down. Shin bone at an angle or horizontal. It depends on your how your knee feels, okay? So make sure your knee is safe. And go ahead and extend right leg back, bringing your hips closer to the earth. Square the hips, make sure that you're not tilting more to one side. If you need to, put some props to help you, some blanket or a cushion under your left your left glutes. And now let's gently start to relax the torso. Come to the forearms if that's possible. If you like, come even deeper, relaxing your head on the floor. And breathe. Notice how this side feels. Use your breaths to help you relax. And then slowly, we're going to start to make our way back. So come to your hands. Walk your back knee forward. And bring your left knee back to meet the right. And let's once again sit back on the heels for child's pose. Very good. Now from here, we're going to sit. You can use a block if this is too much, and you can sit on a block. Now, your knees are going to be close. Your ankles are going to be just outside of your hips. So if you are not using a block, if you are sitting on the floor, you're not sitting on your heels. Okay, your shins are folding back and your heels are just outside of your hips. This might be too much on your knee. That's why you can use a block or 2 blocks. Or if you don't have a block, you can use some books or some cushions under your seat. So try in this position, try not to let your knees open out to the side, okay? Try to keep the knees together. Now bring your hands back and start to lean back. Now this might be enough. You might feel a nice stretch on your quads already. But maybe you can go a little deeper. So if you can, come to your forearms. You might be able to touch your feet. Now here, you can relax your head. Go ahead and draw the tailbone down, pointing the tailbone towards your knees and feeling that lengthening on your sacrum and that intensifying the stretch on your hip flexors. Now, if you are without a block and you feel it going all the way down, resting your back on the floor, go ahead and come into that variation. But only if your knees can stay on the floor, only if your back is okay. It might be too much. So just honor where you are. Work with what's available for you today. And then we're going to slowly come out of this position, coming back to the forearms, the hands, releasing one leg at a time. Extending the legs, shake them out a little bit. Beautiful. And we're going to finish up on the floor again. So go ahead and find a comfortable position on your back, lying down. Take a moment here to close your eyes and scan your body. This is a final relaxation portion of our practice, Shavasana. So make sure that you are comfortable. Let your legs open a little wider apart. Relax the whole body. Let your breath be natural. And take this moment to just rest. You can stay here for as long as you like. 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And when you are done, gently start to awaken your body. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Stretching the body. Gently making your way to a comfortable seat. Taking a moment to acknowledge the benefits of this practice, taking a moment to thank ourselves for taking this time to move, to breathe, to open, to release. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed practice. If you like this video, remember to press the like button, share it with whoever you think might benefit from this practice, and I'll be coming back with more content for you, more practices. So again, thank you so much.